Hi everyone! Today, as you can see, we're gonna do some really nice designs, nail designs. So first of all, I'm starting with putting like a base coat on all of these single nails. This is a design I especially want to do it for one of my friends that I work with, because I've been thinking of doing her a design and it's just I've been waiting too long. Secondly, I'm applying a white milky gel polish. This is one of my favorite base coat because I apply this white gel polish in literally everything, like literally everything. It gives that white see-through background, which I really love, not the opaque or completely blocked view. I mean, I haven't tried that, maybe it would be nice too, but I do like a second coat of this milky white gel polish. So this is the second coat that I'm doing. It gives you, I really love this color. Moving on to, I'm starting to draw the feathers outline. As you can see, I'm being really careful in drawing the lines of the feather because it has to be quite precise. So you have to start, the bottom of the feather should be a little bit wider. As you can see, towards the end it's a little bit wider. And I'm starting to draw the feathers. The shapes of the feather are not meant to look quite alike, if you know what I mean. It must be different, completely different from one another, like not completely, like you can make it slightly different. With the shapes that I'm going through is like different shapes. Like if I'm drawing in one side, if I'm, as you can see, I'm connecting literally with one big swoop on one side, while on the other side I'm trying to form a rectangle shape or something, because I just want it to look very different. I'm being very precise in drawing the lines because you see my hands are still not that, you know, precise, but I'm doing my best with moving on to the second feather. It was in my head, like I don't know what shapes I was going through, but I just don't want it to look very same, or I don't know, like I was really thinking in my head, how is this gonna look? So as you can see, me being really precise with the outline. But what you can do if you are not being, if your lines are not really sharp enough, you can, because I'm gonna do something else at the end, is I'll show you. So as you're moving on to the next feathers, you see all the shapes are very different to each other, and I'm trying to connect the dots towards the very end so it looks like a feather. And you see this little big thickness at the end, because you know the feather has a little bit of thickness at the end. So I'm going at the top with a golden gel liner because this is what my original plan was. You know, to be honest, I learned this feather design from Dulce Patricia, I think, if I'm saying her name correctly, from the YouTube. It's not as perfect as hers, but it actually looked pretty good from my point of view. So I'm drawing the outline with the golden liners because the feather needs to have some color to it. So even if your lines are not precise in the beginning, this one will cover up. And with the color choices, I laid out a few choices of color. You can choose your own color. The color that I chose was pink, orange, yellow, green, because I just want the feather to look really vibrant color of summer. So as you can see, I'm being very careful with putting the colors inside the feather because I want a different shade of color on each feather. So trying to blend this color at the same time because I don't want them to stand out on their own, because I want them to blend between each other. As I'm drawing this pink line, I'm being very careful so it doesn't go out of the line, the golden lines. I'm now doing a little bit of touch of orange after the pink. After every time I do pink and orange or any different color mix, I go and blend with the same brush because I don't want the alcohol to go in between them, and I just want them to blend with each other really nicely. So this orange, I really like this orange because it's such a vibrant orange. It just gives that popping color for the feather. I can already feel that this is gonna be good. Now with the blue, I chose blue as well. So I'm filling up with the blue color very carefully. As you can see, I don't want the color to go outside the line. And with the same brush, I'm starting to fill a little bit blue on the different feather, because I'm trying to mix a color combination. I'm just not going to do the same color on each feather. I'm just going random, so you can choose and pick your own colors of however you want the feathers to look like. The blue is quite a nice subtle color in between the pink and orange. Now with the green. Green has actually been one of my favorite colors recently. This green and the dark green, the forest green, like I love those colors. With the green, it gives you more, I don't know, I love the green. I'm just a big fan of green at the moment. I don't know if it's gonna change soon. So you see, I'm clearing the edges while I'm filling the color too. I'm trying to mix the color as much as I can. At some point, don't do that. It's a mistake that I learned. So keep it really simple. Like if you mix 2 to 3 colors, if you have a big feather, do that. Like mix 2 to 3 colors. But if the feather is really small, try to keep it between 2 colors. Like otherwise, it's gonna flow out with the feather. Now this is my other favorite color, yellow. Oh my god, I loved when I was doing this feather. I loved the color. I love the color that the yellow was giving to this feather. Like it was really making it pop. And even I think the golden did a good job, but I think the yellow did the best. The yellow and green, quite nice blend together. It took me quite a while to finish this feather. Moving on to the pink again. As you can see, if you don't blend these colors, the color stand out really on its own, and it gives a very big like blob of a color on each feather. Now I'm blending these colors so it will give you like that nice blended feather. I'm being careful with blending because I don't want to over blend and like remove the color uniqueness by itself. I want them to stand out on their own, but do blend with each other as well. You can also use a different color or whatever color you like it's totally your choice. Like I love this choice of color. You can either choose the same color or you can choose a different color. As you can see, I'm blending as much as I can because it's actually looking good after you blend it, not before you blend it. And I'm trying to clean the edges from the outline of the feather because I don't want the golden to be covered with the color. I want the golden to stand out on its own. Before moving on to the next finger, as you can see, there's a shine underneath the finger because I wanted to change the design. Like I know I'm guilty, but I put a holographic design under this nail because the holographic makes it, gives it a really that shine and a texture, and I'm loving it. Like the first time I used the holographic was on the glass tainted, the glass design, the glass flower design, the grandma glass design, and I'm actually loving it after that. So I decided to use, so this was my second time immediately after doing that, so I used a holographic in my second nail. So if you like it sparkling, you can use your holographic paper on the base, I think, for almost everything. I haven't tried using the holographic in a different shade like of a base. Maybe I should try that. I don't know how it's gonna look though. So as you can see, the same with the feathers. So you can do a different shape of feathers on different nails. So I was doing a large big feather on the first one. On the second one, I'm doing a feather that's actually growing from the right side of the nail. Like it's coming from the right side of the nail. So it's not like a full feather, it's a half feather. With the shapes, as usual, just don't make it symmetrical, just make it as different as you can. I think I'm getting more used to drawing a feather in the second nail. I mean, I think it's getting a little bit more easier. I just wanted to make sure the feather, where you hold the feather, the base of it looks like the shape of like a triangle shape. I think it's a triangle shape. Correct me if I'm wrong. Trying to make it look like feather because it gives that impact. Now I'm trying to make the shapes for, I think, all the feather first. So moving on to the third nail, you see that little bit of shine underneath. That's what the holographic design gives you. I think I'm loving it actually now that I'm looking at it. So with this feather design, I'm going for 2 feathers popping from, like, facing towards each other, coming from the front and the end of the nail. With this precise shape, you need to have a little bit finer brush, because I realized the more big lines that you draw, it's going to be so hard to fix that up, because you need the colors to be inside it. You don't want the outline to be so massive, like big, bulky outline. You would want the outline to be as thin as you can. With the shapes, every time you make the shapes, I think you'll be more better at it. Like if you try to draw a feather next time, like completely different, I think you'll be much more good doing this than doing this at a first time. As you can see, I'm being very, very careful with drawing my outlines, because I don't want them to be like a big, how do you say it, like a big outline. I just want it to stay simple. Now moving on to the next, I will get back to that. Moving on to the next nail, I'm doing another feather. As you can see, it's coming out from the right side of the end and drawing the one that I did previously and outlining with the golden liner gel. I think the golden really helped the feather to pop off, like if you really ask me, rather than black. The black is nice, the black is good, but the golden really gave it like a really classy feel to the feathers. I'm being very careful when I'm drawing these golden lines, because I have to feel like inside the feather, and it has to stay on top of the black and cover all the black as well. When I was doing this design, when I learned how to do this design, the one that she originally did was really nice as well. Like, she perfected it, but the one that I did, I liked it way better, because it was from one of my friends, and I wanted to give her a design that actually could represent her. Actually, she liked a lot of colors on her nails. Like, she told me she wants nails to pop off with the colors. She doesn't like a dark shade color. She doesn't hate a dark shade of color, but she wants the nails to be vibrant. So I think it was the best option that I've done. Now starting to fill the colors for the different feather. As you can see, I'm going with the green at the base, yellow. Green and yellow turned out to be my favorite colors. I'm being very careful, as you can see, because I don't want to smudge it all over the edges. And filling the pink at the top, it actually really satisfied me doing different color at the top, because you know, the color combination works out pretty well when you choose randomly, then precisely thinking about this is what the color gonna stay look like in your head, and then you're trying to plan and it's not gonna work out. With the pink and blue, the yellow and green actually they really blended together so well, so I'm trying to blend here the pink and blue as well, so it doesn't stand out on its own so much that it looks really different. I want it to feel like the blue grew from inside the pink. Now I'm trying to blend the rest of the yellow and green too. And I'm clearing the edges once more. Moving on to the next nail. I think this is the other hand that I'm doing with the two feathers facing each other. As you can see, I'm drawing like a curve, C curve, like not completely C, but half C curve facing each other from the top and the bottom. This was actually much easier than doing the rest of it, because I perfected, by the time I reached this nail, I perfected the drawing the feathers. But it's a little bit hard to feel the color. You could do a different way. You could do like fill the random colors first in the shape of feather and outline them. If that would be much easier for you, because better than smudging the whole edges and everything, if you fill the colors and draw the outline on them, then it's, I think, even easier. As you can see, I loved the idea of two small feathers facing each other, so all the feathers that you draw on each nail can be very different to each other, because you don't want all the nails to look same. I mean, you're still using the same base, same colors, much so same colors in each fingers, because you only did like choose 4 to 5 colors, so you will be repeating the same color choices, maybe or different patterns of feather with same colors background would look so much better. But if you want to keep same, it's up to you as well. Lastly, on the last finger that I'm drawing the shape is the shape of another feather coming from the left hand side of the nail, because I'm trying to do a feather coming from all sort of different ways, not just one shape of feather. It's just hard when you like think you mastered the whole thing, but you find it hard to shape it, because you have to be so careful when you're doing these outlines. You don't want to mess it up. Once you mess it up, and all the cleaning time that it takes, and it smudges everywhere, your hands get sticky, it's just not worth it, the time that you waste after that, and your desk looks so messy. It's just better to be careful before you are doing. But If you do a mistake, it's not a big deal. You can still wipe it off with alcohol. It's not like the end. It's not like you cured this nail already and there's no going back. So as you can see, I'm drawing the feathers, trying to make it look a little bit different from each feather. I'm very happy with this outcome of 2 feathers from the both sides. As you can see, it works out really well. So I'm filling again the outline, drawing the outlines, golden outlines on each feather. Like it's, you'll see, like when you make it, do try to make this yourself, because when you see with your own eyes the color popping, when you draw the black and the golden on top of it, it really makes you happy. The holographic design is actually popping up really nice from the base. I'm still trying to be very careful with the outlines that I'm doing, because I do not absolutely want them to go overboard. I'm trying to hide some of the see-through black base with golden, so you can do that. That's an advantage. Even if you mess it up, you can cover it up. You can actually leave the feather, just drawing the golden lines and just filling with like one color if you want. I think it would look really nice because the base is already popping with the holographic design, and the golden is giving it such a nice outline. I mean, it's up to you. It actually looks nice on its own. the color, it's really funny, this color purple actually blended with pink and blue, I think, and it came out purple, so it was really surprising. The color was really nice though, I really loved it. I don't know how it was created, but there we go. I think it was pink and blue. Mix of pink and blue created that color. I didn't even realize until the end that there was the color like that, and I really liked it and I wanted to create it again. So I was thinking, oh, that looks nice, I should create it again. There you go. That color purple. Now I wanted to create that purple. I mixed in the plate with pink and blue and then did that color. Don't get me wrong, I didn't switch the color. I just, because it was an accidental move of mixing in color, because I was trying to blend it too much, maybe it just created color, I don't know. Yeah, but I really liked it, so I keep mixing it on a different palette and started to put it on them, because I just don't want that single feather to be have its own colors of its own. I just wanted to mix its twin with the same color a little bit. And the yellow, I love yellow. With this yellow, I actually thought how nicely it gave a good color to the feather, because by the time I put the yellow, it's already popping with the pink. Like, it really gave that life to that feather, and the rest of the color nice too, but that's why I fell in love with yellow and green. Like, it just gave the life to whatever it touched. I'm cleaning the edges again because, I'm clumsy. And don't forget to blend these colors again. So you have to keep blending these colors. And with this, I'm very happy with the design. You move on to second feather. As you can see, I'm trying to fill the yellow at the top, because by this time you already know yellow is my favorite color. And I can't stop talking about it. And fill it the pink with the yellow. So with the blue I haven't used it that much, but the blue also gives a really nice touch of a color, like a subtle color. You don't want everything vibrant, bright, popping off. You need something to actually neutralize everything, to cut it off, to make it a little subtle. The green, I'm trying to blend the colors once again, making sure it doesn't look very odd. As you can see, I'm very happy with the outcome. And then a smudge happened, so I'm trying to make sure everything looks really nice and blended. And now I can see a little bit of gap in the feathers at the end, so I'm trying to fill those gaps by making one more feathery, because I do not like the gap at the end. You can see it just gives that empty space, like a void that you have to fill in. It doesn't look very good, but after I felt it, it looks pretty amazing. And going with the orange color, I haven't used orange that much. I felt like, oops, there is a color that I left out, and it's orange. Yellow and orange quite go well together. Moving on to the next feather. Doing the same thing again, drawing the base, outlining with golden gel, being careful, not trying to draw the same patterns again and again. Even not on a single nail, you can choose to sort of like draw the same patterns in different nails, but not in the same nail. As you can see, I'm mastered doing the outline by this time. I'm trying to use more orange now because I left out the orange for quite a while and I don't want to leave it alone again. Orange is a nice pop color. The orange, yellow, pink, green really give these feathers alive. I can't stop using yellow, so I'm going with the yellow again. On the base, I'm trying to be a bit more nice now with using the orange, but I just think like I want to make this look like a golden feather. Golden sunny feather. So I'm just going to use like a yellow and orange color on this particular feather. Actually, I really like when I'm just using, because in my mind I was thinking I'm just gonna use 2 color on one feather and see how it is, because you can still play with the colors whatever you want. You can still choose to put 2 colors on your feathers and see how it turns out, because this one turned out actually really nice. I really liked it. It gave me the vibe of the sun, like sun colors. Now I'm trying to fill the spaces a little bit of feathers wherever that's empty with the gems that I use, and I'm trying to pick the gems that goes along with the feather. You can see this feather, they are absolutely stunning. I love them. They look so good from the top. I can't believe I did that. Oh my god, that actually looks quite amazing. Putting on the rhinestone glue to attach the stones on the nails. I chose the shade of the same color that I put in the feathers, like pink, blue, yellow. You see there's a little bit of space, like if I draw a feather from one end, there's like a little gap left. I know I want to fill that gap with a little bit of stones. I'm trying not to make it look tacky by putting a lot of gems. I don't know when I'm gonna stop. I really like the mix of yellow and orange in that colors, like it looks really nice. I was trying to decide between a dark green and a light green gem. Oopsie. I wasn't sure because the dark green was in the color in between the feather. So let's switch up to the light green one. It didn't go well because all the colors are so statically bright, and that was just dark. That one looks much better. Unfortunately, I had the color of all color of gems exactly the same color of the feathers. No, that doesn't look very great. So I'm not gonna. They keep on falling. They were a hard catch, these gems. I'm just trying to see if it actually needs a third gem. I wanted to put a gem on those two feathers, but I wasn't sure if I should because there's a lot going on already over there. Oh, here comes the dark green again, because I'll be changing that to pink, light pink for sure. The feather looks really nice that I look at from the top. It actually looks so amazing, and the color golden outlining the feathers is just giving such a nice touch. I'm applying the base coat. As I've cured these gems, I'm applying the base coat very carefully to seal these gems so they don't pop off. The final results, ta-da! They look great under the light. I'm even more impressed that I see them now. Oh my god, this is the best. That was actually the best, the choice of two color. Thank you for watching.